get that tonic pad filter in there, man. You got all the way open like this. That's what I love about this keyboard. It's gonna be hard to do like this. But then right here, you take the bass out. And now it's just that airy movement. Over here I got some shimmer. You might not be able to hear it very well, but it's very, very subtle. The shimmer shows up better when you add a bit more bass into it. So you could do a lot with that tonic pad. And that was in the Kia A. So I've got this programmed for an event that we're doing this week, but you know, you could do E. How about we do the Kia D? Let's go with that. Then isn't the view gorgeous? Decided to come upstairs. My house is beautiful. There's a real piano there, but it needs to be rebuilt. It's very old. Love it. So here it is. Here's the setup we got here. Still got same keyboard stand, same seat. Apparently, it's got real wood. I don't know if it does or not. Little music stand I don't plan on using. I'm using it for the phone. There's a computer stand. It's got it hooked into a basic sound system. And all of these are assignable. My expression pedal, I'm gonna have to get a different one because I use a Yamaha FC7 and it's not. I got it calibrated to that, to this Arturia, but they just don't mix well. And I was doing some reading about it, and it has to do with the way the Yamaha FC7 expression pedal is wired. So I'll have to get like some other type of expression pedal for this keyboard, but it'll be nice. And still using Ableton Live, still using Pianotech. This is Pianotech 8, and I'll just chill out with the tonic pad for a minute. So how I have this set up, it's really difficult. I can't really turn this around. I might just go to Facebook Live, I don't know. But it might be hard to see. I can kind of see in the reflection there. All right, so got an instrument rack, Pianotech 8. And how I have this configured right now is I have the lid closed. I don't know how well you can see it. And I have two room microphones placed kind of close to the piano. And I'm not really gonna go through all the ins and outs, but that software is incredible. I did tell them I was gonna do a video for them, but it's not gonna be like this. I'm gonna have to shoot it better because there's you can go through just about any parameter that you want. In Pianotech, you can adjust the hammer hardness. I will switch to another one just because, I mean, I guess it does sound okay in here. I don't know that very well. just beautiful stuff that you can do. Yeah. Keyboard Concepts. The owner is back in there. So it's supposed to sound like the lid's closed on the piano and you're standing, I don't know, 6 feet from it, you know. So, but there's other presets too. I made another preset with like the lid half open. We'll see how good it sounds on the speakers. How it sounds in the headphones is totally different. There's a little more body to that, I've noticed. The speakers aren't really that great, so I can maybe turn it down a little bit and see if it helps. It's not really peaking in Ableton, so it's the speakers. Fender Rhodes with it, never hurt. Just go right to the Fender Rhodes. Bring the pad in a little bit, you know. Maybe a little too much. Try this. See if you know this one. If I play it right, you might know it. crackling drives me nuts. But there you have it. That's how you can do it. You can stop that like that. I don't know if this video is ever going to load anywhere because it's 14 minutes long, but yeah, I just have it all set up kind of the way I want it. I changed all of these I don't know if you can see it really well, but they come assigned. They come with like pre-assigned MIDI assignments. So I was having an issue where if I moved this to do something else, it was changing a parameter in one of my synthesizers. So I had to go through and change all the MIDI assignments to all of these. Now, I can actually go into that. I'll turn that off and close this. So you open up this MIDI control center here. I don't know how well you can see it, but you open this up and see it shows you the keyboard on the screen, and you create a template. There's me. And you can click on this here, this pad. Gate is like a momentary type switch. Toggle is on and off. There's the value you can set it at. All these faders and encoders, these buttons, you can change what color they are. You can change what the mod wheel pitch bend does. And then same goes for all these plugins here. Like this is for the sustain pedal. This one is for the expression pedal, and it sends number 11, and the MIDI protocol, that's expression. Aux 1, I have set for, or Aux 3 rather, Aux 1, I have set up to send the soft pedal on and off. So that's 67 in the MIDI protocol, because I plan on using that one for like a soft pedal, una corda, for the piano stuff. This one here I have set up to do like a toggle type thing for turning on a Leslie speaker if I'm doing anything with a B3. And I got to get a different B3 setup because the one I have it turns the sustain pedal command into a Leslie speaker on and off command. And I get it like it's to try to emulate a real Hammond organ because you don't have a sustain pedal on an organ, but I'm not into it. I don't care for it. So, but I could show you a little bit of that too. So I just take my little rack that I made here with I got like 4 different drawbar configurations in this little rack, instrument rack. And I need to do a MIDI assignment real quick too. I use the chain selector for this, so we'll just put it on channel 8. I'll show you how I'm doing this. I don't know if you'll be able to really see it very well. I'm not very good at doing this backwards. But these right here, these little boxes are different drawbar configurations. Here's 16-1. Here's like a house church organ. There's all drawbars open. So this little box here, I'm going to assign the chain selector, is what it's called, to number 8. And then you go up here, the minimum value is 0. You can set it to whatever you want, but because there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes, I'm going to put the max to 4. And then 0 is just going to be like off, like the organ off. So there's that. And so now I've got to kind of reset this here. Did you see it jump? So now, and when I push the sustain pedal, but see, I let off the keys and it don't hold nothing. So, and it actually, they do sound very, very good. So here's 16-1. So that's one of them. And here's the one that's more like a church type. So then what I like to do, I like the way this program that I'm using for the B3, it's called Hanon 40, I think. And let me double check. Hanon B70 is what it's called. And I really like the way everything's laid out and configured, but I just don't like that one thing about how it doesn't allow you to use a sustain pedal, because I don't do solo organ stuff really. I'll put the organ behind like the piano. Like I was just doing it today. I was doing it on the montage today. But the looks like I muted the piano. The montage, it's a montage. It'll, you know, it's using onboard Yamaha sounds. But yeah, so like we'll just, you know, key a G here. You know, I like to get a little bit of that old school rock sound, a little bit of that Fender Rhodes behind the piano. And, you know, bring a little organ in with it. Like that, you know, and it's useful, but I like being able to use a sustain pedal because I've always got those pianos going. So I'm holding a note for the piano, and I always got to keep my hands on the keys to get the B3 to sound. So I'm going to look into trying to change that. I've tried. And to my understanding, there's no way. It's the way that the guy that created it, that's the way. It was free. It was a free download. But the way he created it, that's just the way he created it. You know, Leslie speed right here. If I hit it with if I hit the foot pedal, that's just the way it does. When I go to tweak, there's not really any, I can't really find any place to change it. You know, they got all these controls here, but you know, I guess I could try within Ableton to try to change it, but you know, it's very difficult. I don't know of a way to change it, but that's the only thing I'm gonna try to do, get something different with that. But and this is all of them. playing that in D flat, and the black keys, I haven't really worn in this keyboard very well yet. I've gotten some of the major keys I've been able to kind of loosen up a little bit, but the black keys are still very stiff. It's the first time I've ever owned a new keyboard, so. How did I do what?
That fancy part at the top.
Oh. I learned how to do that because I learned how to do it in the key of G, which was a lot easier to learn because we do firm foundation in the key of G. Might have learned how to do it in the key of C. So anyways, this video is 27 minutes long. I doubt I'm going to be able to do anything with it because I'm recording it on my phone. I doubt it's going to upload anywhere. But if it does, you'll see it. And then you can comment on it and tell me what you want me to play or ask me questions about my MIDI endeavors or my Ableton Live endeavors. Or the biggest thing I like about this keyboard, it weighs less than half of what my other one weighed. My other one weighed like 75 pounds, and this one weighs maybe 30. And the other thing I like about it is all the onboard controls. I have all these different synthesizers and all these things that I can configure. And I've got a Korg M1, I've got a Wave Station, I've got a JV1080, I've got Sunday keys, I've got everything, and I can use it all at once. I've got 32 gigs of RAM on this computer, and it's been a crying shame because I've had 32 gigs of RAM on it for the last year. I upgraded it last year, and I just never had the appropriate controls to mix everything and do everything and do everything the way I set everything up the way I wanted it to. I wasn't able to do it live. I could do it at home all I wanted to. But live, I couldn't really do anything with all the stuff. I was very limited because all I had on that P100, which I do still have, and I do still like. I'm going to be using it here at home. I've been doing a lot of reading about this particular keyboard, and it isn't just me. It's everybody that has one of these talked about. Well, first of all of them were accomplished pianists, and they wanted a MIDI controller to be able to take with them on the go. They were using other softwares, kind of like how I use Pianotech. They were using, different types of piano softwares that are out there. Pianotech's the only one I know of because it seems to be the best to me. I don't know of any other software that's that good. But they said, yeah, action was very heavy, and they some guys would change the velocity settings so it was more sensitive, so you don't have to hit it as hard, which I did that, and that helped a lot. And you have to go into that little MIDI control center thing that I was showing you, and you can create your own custom MIDI or velocity curve, or you can use one of the ones that they got in there. And I changed mine to one of the ones that they got in there. I don't remember which one it is now, but it helped a little bit. And so it does play very well when you're, you know, playing light. That's the thing I struggle with this piano, is that it's very hard to do that. I almost, my P100, I can do that without each finger. I can put on one key and do that. This requires so much force that I have to do it with, I have to do all of that little run that I just did with one finger, pretty much, two fingers, two of my strongest fingers. Whereas, you know, my other piano was a lot lighter, so it was easy for me to do. So I'll get used to it, and you know, I don't have to play this all the time. I mostly got this for going places and doing things, because the other one was, like I said, really heavy. So I'm enjoying it though. I got used to it. It took me a minute, but it's just a matter of getting used to it. That's all it really is. I prefer Yamaha. That's what I grew up around. Everything I've ever touched has been either a real piano or a Yamaha. So this does not have the same action in it as Yamaha. It uses a Fatar TP 100 LR or something like that. And the Nord uses, I think, a TP 40 Fatar action. So not a big fan of Fatar, really. But, hey, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it doesn't feel cheap. You know, it does feel expensive. It feels... Got to keep sharp on the Christmas stuff, because it comes fast. Christmas comes fast, and then you're all of a sudden, hey, we got to do these Christmas songs, and it's the same ones we did last year, but I haven't played them since last year. So keep sharp on them. All right, I'm letting you go. Catch you on the flip side. Arturia Keylab 88 Mark II. I love it. I love it. But I'm still going to get me a Yamaha CP88 as soon as I can. All right.